I'd like to call to order the June 11th, 2020 regular meeting of the Peters Township Planning Commission. Ed, roll call.
Mr. Magrino.
Here.
Mr. Smith.
Here.
Mr. Wiley.
Here.
Ms. Corbeil.
Here.
Jeff Mills is not here tonight. Conrad Salepis is not here. And Ted Carter Phyllis is not here tonight.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the March 12th, 2020 regular meeting of the Planning Commission?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we approve those minutes.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Reports and correspondence, Ed?
None that I need to point out to you.
Okay. Site plan subdivisions filed for review?
We have 4. First one is a revised site plan for Lighthouse Electric at 420 Venetia Road. They're doing an addition. That'll be, these plans could potentially be on our next agenda in July. Waterfall plan, Phase 1A, final plan, Nancy Drive. That's a re-subdivision of existing lots. Final plan, Tomahawk plan of lots on TP Road. That's a 5-lot subdivision off of TP Road, a private road, so we'll deal with that in July. And we have the final plan for the Sugarbrook plan of lots. That's a 33-lot mixed residential combination patio home, single-family homes. Council just on Monday night, June 8th, approved the preliminary plan. And that's it.
Okay. Any changes to the agenda?
No.
Any audience comments on items not on the agenda this evening? Okay. Not seeing any old business. First item of new business, the Planning Commission approval of the McDowell Shops exterior facade alteration, Home Goods, 4041 Washington Road.
This is for a facade modification for the Home Goods and new tenant as part of McDowell Shops Shopping Center. Previously, this large space was occupied by the Kmart. When the Kmart left the space, Aldi came into the Planning Commission in 2019, received approval for their facade alteration, and then part of the space was reserved for a future tenant. Now Home Goods is coming in and taking up a portion of that space, and there will be a space left over for another future tenant later on. As you can see on the screen, Home Goods is proposing to take the space right next to the Aldi and do kind of their standard white with red lettering facade. It's an EPIS facade. They're also beginning to doing some storefront alterations down below the signage and then the red itself. This property is zoned mixed-use activity 1, and they're not changing anything in regards to parking or the site plan itself. It's purely just a facade modification. And as I said, there's going to be some space left over for a future tenant, which we might see come later. There's about 46,000 square feet of rentable space still left over from that old large Kmart space. The Planning Department staff is recommending that the Planning Commission approve the Home Goods facade alteration at 4041 Washington Road, Suite 115, subject to the 2 conditions listed in my June 2nd, 2020 staff report. The first being that no signs are approved as part of this approval. They'll have to come to staff and receive their sign permits for any signage, and they must receive a building permit for any of this alteration work beginning. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. We also have the applicant and the applicant's architect here as well.
How thick is the neon strip?
In terms of height,
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't pick that up. I apologize.
Let me see what I have. If you could please step up and step up to the mic and introduce yourself, that'd be great for the folks on TV or at home.
You give my name?
yes.
Yeah.
David Noss, President, RSH Architects. Well, let me check, because I'm not sure. I think it's like 6 inches. That was a standard that they hit us with at the last.
It looks like it's 10 inches.
And that's what I'm looking for.
Maybe that's
I
just.
believe you're correct, 10 inches.
So is it a light bar where, you
No,
know?
it's neon red paint.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
neon red paint.
Yeah. They just
Okay.
That's their color.
I thought it was I'm thinking neon as
No.
lit neon sign.
I have to take a look. I'm not sure, because I don't know if we've gotten a signage package. Do we get a signage package from them? Oh, you do? Okay. Is that sign going to be lit or not?
I'm not sure if Home Goods is backlit.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
They do have access up into that space, so the red Home Goods, I believe, will be lit.
There's absolutely no neon.
No, there's no neon. It's going to be LED.
That was just a color.
Purely just the
Yeah.
color.
I
That's just a color.
misunderstood, I apologize.
Quite all right.
Can you,
And the sign's obviously not being approved here tonight, whether
Correct,
it's lit,
correct.
backlit, front lit? All
Right.
Good.
maybe Tony,
Any other commissioner?
maybe Tony can update us
Tenancy?
the timing of this.
My name's Anthony Melanis. I'm Vice President of Mercedes Development. We have a deal with Home Goods that is all but finished. And then COVID hit, and at that point in time, TJ Maxx, closed their home office. Their home office is in Boston. Boston is a hot spot. They haven't opened it yet. I think they're yellow at this point in time. As soon as Boston goes green, and this is in the city, very densely populated city, I'm told from Home Goods that they'll send us the final lease revisions that we're waiting on. And at that point in time, this is the fifth round of negotiations. We're extremely close. It's my intent to have this lease all wrapped up within the next 30 days. That's where I'm at on this stuff. So, 30 days, let's say the lease is in place by middle of August, let's just say. I'm going to be held to 180 days to build the store. So we're looking at turning over the store first of the year. And then Home Goods has 8 weeks, and they usually do it in less time, to tenant out furniture, fixture, and equipment to store. So we're looking for a spring opening right now, subject to Boston open.
Life.
Yeah,
Just life.
yeah, right now.
Just for the record, I'm going to recuse myself in this matter. My law firm, Blumen and Gusky, has and does represent the Mercedes in other matters, so I'm just going to recuse myself just so there's no appearance.
Tony, one question. Talk about the space that's left, square footage, and any potential.
Right now, we have, the Kmart space is approximately 97,000 in the garden center. Always took up approximately 25,000. Home Goods is going to take up approximately 25,000. So we're going to have about half of that box left over. Right now, that's about 47,000 square feet of residual space. I have no commitments. I've run a bunch of different tenants through the store. Everyone right now is just kicking the can down the road and just seeing how retail opens, how retail does once it's open. So I'm just not in a position to tell you that I'm close with someone else because I'm just not right now. And so it'd be kind of foolish for me to list a bunch of tenants. But believe me, I've covered the field. I've had it for 2 years. Yeah. And as you know, I will stop in as soon as I get something solidified and we'll call. Sounds good.
Would Mercedes be doing this facade, or would that be Home Goods doing that?
Yeah.
Home Goods.
Besides construction will build this for the science development, yes.
I'm not an architectural designer, but the only question I had was, does it make sense to have the top of the, I guess, parapet match that of Aldi's? And I guess that's more of a design question. I don't know if it makes
More of a home goods.
More of a home goods question, so that's their standard?
Yeah, it had to be the same, had to meet the highest point in the plaza. So that would have been, that was the Aldi's, top of their wedge, so they're.
So they want to be higher? Okay.
They're the same height.
No, I'm saying,
Oh, they're the same. That was my question. The same would make sense. Maybe it's a optical illusion from my ankle, but they appear to be a little bit higher.
it will be the same.
Understood. Perfect. Great.
And although there appears to be a color variation, is there any?
They want, there are, what's that?
Is the coping on all these a different color from the coping on the other?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I think we put their colors here. These colors are on there. They'll be on the final drawings, but those are Photoshop colors that.
Sure.
Off of their swatches.
Thank you very much. Any commissioner comments or questions? Any audience comments, questions on this? All right, may I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that the Planning Commission recommends the exterior facade alteration for home goods in the McDowell shops.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next item.
You guys don't have to stay.
Planning Commission recommendation, Brookwood Place Amendment Number 1, final plan, Azalea Drive.
We're looking at an overview here. Does that pointer work? Yes, it does. We're looking at an overview here of the Brookwood Place plan of lots. It's a 38-unit townhouse development being currently under construction off of Brookwood Road. They have the first 2 units, foundation walls up, and Donegal Land Partners, LLC, the owner-developer of the Brookwood Place plan, is seeking Township, both Planning Commission and Council approval of the Brookwood Place Amendment Number 1 final plan. This plan is a simple re-subdivision of lots 108A through F. That's the first one on the right there, and then that one, and then it also re-subdivides lots 109A through F. 109 and 108, A through F. There's 6 townhouse units being built on both 108 and 109. Each of the townhouse units sits on its own individual lot. This plan simply establishes the common property line between the townhouse units based on the as-built location of those party walls. They need to do this so that they can center those lot lines on those party walls and then convey each unit as they are built and sold. We'll be seeing, as they continue to develop the rest of the buildings in this Brookwood Place development, we'll be seeing these plans coming to us for both Planning Commission and Council approval. They're not adding new lots or new townhouse units. All they're doing is simply establishing the exact location of that party wall lot line. So it's a simple re-subdivision. Staff's recommending we recommend to council that we approve the plan subject to those 4 conditions listed in my June 4 memo to the Planning Commission. And it was just some minor little things that needed to be added to the plan. Tax ID numbers, addresses, appropriate signature clauses, and they had a wrong setback for the front on their zoning table. So staff's recommending we approve the plan.
Is anyone here from the developer? They want to get up and talk or anything? No.
No.
Any commissioner questions for the staff? May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to recommend approval of the Brookwood Place Amendment Number 1 final plan, subject to the 4 conditions set forth in the June 4th, 2020 memo to the Planning Commission.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. The next order, the new business, Planning Commission recommendation, Juniper Woods revised sanitary and storm sewer easements, final plan, Juniper Way.
271 Artland LLC, owner and developer of the Juniper Woods plan of lots, is seeking the Township, both Planning Commission and Council approval of the revised, Juniper Woods revised easement final plan. This proposed plan that's on the agenda tonight is simply a revision to the plan in terms of the location of the recorded storm and sanitary sewer easements. During field construction, it was determined they were short on dirt. They had to lower some elevations of lots. That shifted locations of storm and sanitary sewer easements. So this plan simply vacates the prior recorded plan, which was done in 2019. They recorded this plan. This plan will vacate all those storm and sanitary sewer easements and establish the new as-built locations where these storm and sanitary sewers are actually in the field, the as-built locations of these storm and sanitary sewer easements. No new lots are being created. It's just simply a plan to reestablish the storm and sanitary sewer easements. Planning staff's we recommend to council that we approve the plan subject to the Washington County Planning Commission review and Peters Township Sanitary Authority approval, which I did receive from them on June 9th. This plan's under construction. They're close to being in a position to finish the paving. They paved the first half of it last year, and they're working toward finishing the paving here shortly. Nothing has changed about the plan. It's still 60 lots. It still has a connection to Thompsonville Manor Way, and it's a simple vacation of the easements and recording of new easements.
And the storm sewer, they are storm sewer easements, not easements for stormwater management. It's not.
These are storm sewer pipes.
Just sewers. Okay.
Correct.
It's pretty simple.
Do we have any audience comments? Anybody wants to speak on this? I don't think there's anybody here from the developer, right, Ed?
There's not.
Any questions for staff?
I'll make a motion that the Planning Commission recommend approval for the Juniper Woods revised easement final plan, contingent on the 2 comments in staff's letter of June 4th, 2020.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Moving on to the planning portion. Any miscellaneous issues?
Well, I can't think of any.
Any
Is there
movement
anything-
on that Rolling Hills Drive? What's the,
We just got the permits, I'm going to say earlier in the week from the DEP and PennDOT, so that you'll see that should start sometime in the next week or so.
does that have to be finished before the high school opens, I would think?
Yes.
I was hoping all those construction vehicles in the current high school parking lot were staging for that, but I guess they're staging for 19.
That's Route 19 staging, but we just got our permits earlier in the week, so you'll see that's going to go into construction here very soon. Is there anything else going on? Anyone?
No.
You- Sugarbrook was on the agenda.
That's
As a file.
submitted. This will be on next month.
33 lot.
Yeah,
Have you-
make a comment on it, just shake up.
Yeah. Just introduce yourself.
Sure thing. Afternoon, everyone. Mark Cossum, a resident at 200 Sugar Camp Road. And I just wanted to address the council. Post the last meeting on March 12th, I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Marty Gillespie, one of the developers of Sugarwood. And I regarded the question to him regarding the tree line that's on my property and the proposed Sugarwood plan. The trees are actually right on the line, and they've grown in the line. And after discussing this with Mr. Gillespie, he had no problems at all with making that common space, if you will, part of the homeowners association. Yeah?
What's your address?
Mine at 200 Sugar Camper.
Okay. Okay.
Furthest one on the furthest corner, on the corner of the lot, be the furthest corner of Sugar.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. And at that time, he seemed to have no issues with that. He actually suggested it, actually, to make that a common space, a common ground, part of the homeowners association for the plan. That, and I also addressed with Mr. Gillespie, along the property line between Mr. Bakioki's property and his proposed development, runs my storm drain for my gutters. It runs from my house all the way to the back. There's a stream in the back of that property. He also said that should be proposed, no issues. There's every 100 foot, there's cleanouts along that line. Didn't seem that would be any issue for what he's planning on doing or for future developments. So both of those were, I did do a follow-up email to Mr. Gillespie covering those points. And I just wanted to let it be known to the record that that's been submitted, and I've not had any type of follow-back yet, although the email was just recently submitted to him, so, give it some due time to follow up. But just want to make sure that it's duly noted and hopefully can be included as part of the agreement, or the understanding, I should say, of making that common space.
Well, we appreciate you coming in, and I would encourage you to come back next month or check with Ed, the planning staff in the interim, to see when it's going to be an actual item on the agenda.
Okay.
And I would encourage you to come back at that point as well.
Okay.
And do you have a copy of that email?
Sure. Yeah.
Good. Well,
All friendly. This is
Yeah, well-
just I just want to make it that's all.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Sure. Sure.
Where's your property sit? I think Seth pulled up the...
Yeah, right there. That's it.
Right there.
Yeah, it's those trees that you can see on the line.
Oh, yeah.
And they've grown right into the line. They're part of the line. So,
Yeah, they're centered right on.
like try to preserve them if we can, and he seemed to be fine with that.
I think we can.
Yeah.
I think we can.
Okay, great. Yeah, he felt as well. So, okay.
Excellent. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
All right. Anything else then?
I have nothing.
All right, with that, meeting adjourned.
Thank you.